Greetings. My name is Harinesh. I am going to talk about the examples of famous industrial accidents that occurred in the past. The first incident we have is the BP Texas explosion. So, the BP Texas explosion occurred when a hydrocarbon vapor cloud was ignited and violently exploded at the isomerization process unit at BP Texas City refinery. This incident killed 15 workers, injured 180 others, and damaged the refinery severely. The cause of this accident is due to poor maintenance in the plant and a carelessness of workers to control the pressure building in the ISOM unit. A diesel pickup truck with its engine idling had been carelessly parked about 8 meters away from the Bloodhound stack. So the vapor cloud reached the vehicle. The hydrocarbon fumes were drawn into the engine. So the cloud continued to spread across the ISOM plant and produce a massive explosion that was heard for miles. So another incident that we're going to look is the Bhopal tragedy, which was a gas leak incident on the night of 2 to 3 December 1984 at the Union Carbide Limited, a UCIL pesticide plant in Bhopal, Madhya Pradesh, India. And it is considered to be one of the world's worst industrial disaster. Over 500,000 people were exposed to the methyl isocyanide gas. This incident believed to be caused by a potent combination of under-maintained, decaying facility and a weak attitude towards safety. So finally, we have the explosions of Pengarang Refinery and Petrochemicals Complex in Malaysian southern state of Johor. Fortunately, there was not a single casualty reported in this accident. However, two workers had minor injuries. The cause of the explosion is due to gas leakage from the storage tank. So thank you.
Greetings, my name is Vijayaraj, son of Kalachelvam. My metric number is A161320. As the employer of this organization, I would like to discuss about the severity of industrial accidents. Well, for ill health or injury or death is one of the categories of severity of industrial accidents. Other categories are damage to property, plant, products or the environment, production losses, and also increased liabilities. So as we can see here, these three incidents are the discussed incidents here, and Pengerang Integrated Complex explosion in Petronas in Malaysia, Texas City refinery explosion in US, United States, and also Bhopal disaster in India. Well, as for these both explosion accidents actually, ill health or injury or death is the impact that is primarily received by the employees over there, employees in these both plants. And also damage to property, which is the production plant in these both accidents, and also the production losses for these both companies. These three increases liabilities and expenses in form of expenses and also grief among the people and also the involved parties. And for Bhopal disaster, it's actually a very tragic disaster where not only the employees, which are the primary receptors, the secondary receptors, which are the common residential people around the Bhopal gas plant, where they also suffered ill health and injury and also death because of the leakage of methyl isocyanate gas, because this is a pesticide plant, and also damage to the property, plant, which is the pesticide plant actually, and also production losses. This has increased the liabilities for the Bhopal plant as well. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Divagaran Veria, and as a safety engineer, I will discuss about the causes of the industrial accidents. Even when precautions are taken to reduce the risk of accidents in chemical plants, they do happen from time to time. As a safety engineer, I should analyze the cause of the accidents in order to prevent it from occurring. Knowing how and why accidents occur can help companies to take more steps to reduce the likelihood of them happening in future. There are four main causes of accidents in chemical plants: human error, improper training, manufacturing defects, and improper maintenance. A majority of industrial accidents that occur every year are a result of human error. Humans can make mistakes, which sometimes cause severe accidents. Besides, improper training also may lead to accidents. When personnel are not trained properly or adequately, industrial accidents are more likely to occur. Workers should be taught how to operate the equipment in the way it was designed to be used. Other than that, accidents that occur in chemical plant can also be a result of manufacturing defect. These defects can be present in a piece of equipment or the material used. Although companies employ several quality control measures during the manufacturing process, some of these may fail. A common reason that industrial accidents occur in chemical plant is the improper maintenance of equipment. When a piece of equipment is not maintained properly, it can malfunction and ultimately fail.
Greetings, my name is Hariran Murgia and I am a DOSH officer. Department of Occupational Safety and Health is what we call DOSH for short. DOSH is allotted under the Ministry of Human Resource. The purpose of DOSH is to ensure the safety, health and welfare of people at work and others from health hazards that may arise due to industrial activities. From the perspective of a DOSH officer, two of the most significant parties in improving industrial safety is the employer and the employee. As an employer, risk assessment has to be performed at least twice in a year. This will keep the safety procedures updated as well as monitor the effectiveness of the control measures placed. On the other hand, as an employee, one should always be vigilant and on their mettle at his or her work environment. This also includes following the safety procedures and participating as a team player. So that's the point from a DOSH officer. Thank you.
Greetings, I am Mohammed Hamidi and my matrix number is A161331. I will be discussing on how we can reduce the occurrence of industrial accidents. An accident by definition is something that happens unintentionally. They can't be avoided 100% of the time simply because some things cannot be foreseen. That doesn't mean their likelihood can't be diminished greatly. In fact, in many cases, industrial accidents are the direct result of not following safety precautions. An industrial accident often has severe consequences not only for the employee injured, but also for his or her employer. The expression, prevention is better than cure, certainly applies in the case of industrial accidents. Preventing accidents starts with clear communication. It is important to make sure employees receive the right information about risk and relevant safety measures. Every employee at the company must undergo safety orientation that covers important health and safety information. Safety officers who are in charge of this briefing must make sure their presentations are clear and simple to understand, especially when the audience is foreign workers. Besides, it is necessary for the safety team to hold frequent meetings with employees to keep them reminded of the safety rules and regulations, as well as to update on the latest safety points. Each year, around 700,000 workdays are lost due to injuries caused by a failure of personal protective equipment, in short PPE. There are different types of PPE available like protective clothing, helmets, overhead working gear, ear protectors, goggles and others. Always select the best PPE for the job at hand, as each type of PPE has its own features and capabilities. Importantly, there are some rules that you should always follow. For example, PPE should be maintained in a clean and reliable fashion. Before putting on a piece of equipment, it is better to inspect it to confirm it's sanitary and in good working order. If you notice any damage or defect, it's better to err on the side of caution. Do not put it on. Instead, you should immediately notify the person responsible for providing the equipment of any issues. The employer should ensure the quality of safety gears being purchased, not to compromise the safety of employees at any cost. They should bear in mind that the cost of purchasing proper PPE is nothing compared to personal suffering and the financial blow of an accident. Moreover, safety in design concerns with the mitigation of identified risks and hazards during conceptual planning, as well as detailed design engineering stages of a project. This includes a focus on selection of proper materials and installation processes to enhance process plus safety and efficient operation throughout its life. Safety in design encompasses all components and aspects of a plant, including layouts, materials, equipment, controllers, and the environment. For instance, choosing a tough material to construct the piping system can prevent chemical leakage to the surrounding due to pipeline corrosion. In order to understand what are the hazards that exist within equipment or area, safety departments should conduct a systematic hazard analysis like HIRAC and HAZOP. HIRAC stands for Hazard Identification, Risk Assessment and Risk Control. It is carried out to identify all the factors that may cause harm to employees, the possible severity that could come from it, and to enable employees to plan preventive measures to ensure that the risks are adequately controlled at all times. HAZOP, on the other hand, stands for Hazard and Operability Study, which aims to design out risk at early stages of a new project, rather than having to enter into costly modifications once the process is up and running. Thus, the results of this analysis must be integrated with process control systems to ensure the safety of employees is taken care of at all times. In conclusion, the suggestions stated are achievable only if it receives full cooperation and commitment from the employer as well as the employee. Thank you.